Hello everybody, welcome to New Era Freedom. Today's video, we're going to be talking about what pain are you running from that triggers your gambling addiction. Okay, more often than not, when a person develops a gambling addiction, it's because they're running from something. They're looking to escape. Okay, I'll give you an example. You know, you can start off gambling by hanging out with some friends. Maybe you want to get out of the house, let off some steam, and you're having a good time. It all starts off good. You're with friends, you guys are having fun, you're drinking, you're playing slots, maybe playing a little bit of blackjack, whatever game you choose to play, maybe some dice, having a good time, You're getting that rush, you're like, oh man, this feels good. I'm chilling, I'm having a great time, I'm loving it, right? Feels good, great. You go home, you get back to your normal life. And let's say you have an argument with somebody. Maybe you have an argument with your spouse, have an argument with your wife or your husband, or maybe even your kid, or a friend, or a family member. Doesn't matter. And it hits you in the gut. And it's a really, really bad argument. It breaks you down. And you're like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, I just want to escape right now. In some kind of way, your mind goes back to how you had such a great time when you were at the casino, and it alleviated so much stress, and you were just focused on just hanging out and being in the moment, and you find yourself at the casino. You're at the casino, you're not thinking about that argument that you had with somebody. It's out of your head. You're focused on your gambling because you're having a good time. And you might do this, you might tend to, you might start a habit of doing this every time you have a bad day or go through something with somebody. You might find yourself in this space and time where you're like, man, I'm having a bad day, I'm having a rough day. Maybe I should go gamble, get my mind off of it. Maybe you don't want to drink, maybe you can't drink, and so gambling might become your particular poison that you use to alleviate any type of emotional issues or depression you might have or frustrations. And, gambling is amazing for taking your mind off of stress. It's amazing for just getting you out of your element completely. Hello, how are you? Welcome, guys. Welcome. We're talking about the pain that people are running from and how that can trigger their gambling addiction. Okay. And so I'm going to keep moving forward with that, and I'll address the chat. I did just start, actually. So if you guys are struggling with a gambling addiction, or if you know someone that's struggling with a gambling addiction, please, 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 please subscribe to this video. Share this video with someone that you know that is actively struggling with a gambling addiction, because this channel is dedicated to that. I have decided to dedicate the rest of my life to helping people in the best way that I can to navigate through gambling addiction, offering hope, offering solutions, and offering inspiration. And so, right now I'm talking about specifically the things that trigger a person to want to gamble. I talked earlier before you guys came on about how, gambling starts off as very casual, having a good time with friends, having fun. It's a great way to socialize with people, right? You're having a great time. And next thing you know, you had such a good time, you might find yourself having a bad day, and you're like, I just want to go clear my head. I just want to go do something where I don't have to think about my problems. And gambling is one of those things that will take your mind off of all of your problems, because you're getting such a huge dose of dopamine, and dopamine is very euphoric. It makes you feel amazing, right? And that's really what happens to the brain. The act of gambling, it activates your reward system in your brain. It activates those feel good chemicals, those feel good endorphins. You know the feeling you feel when you have a really good workout and you're like, this is great. That's the feeling that gambling has you feel. I mean, it's like a high and you feel so good. And so when you're in a bad situation, you might find yourself wanting to get out of that negative feeling and those negative emotions. And you're like, man, let me just go gamble. Because you know that gambling is going to take you out of that mindset. And it does. Gambling is amazing for that. But unfortunately, people tend to begin to rely on gambling as their crutch to help them. And when gambling turns bad, because gambling is full of ups and downs, when it goes bad, the person is still looking for that excitement and they're still enjoying that gambling, even though they're losing money, And so it can get really ugly. They wipe up their whole bank account because they're feeling good gambling. And even though they're losing, they're still gambling. They can start off with $10,000 in their account when they go in the casino and walk out with nothing because they got wrapped up and caught in that feel good feeling. And they begin to use the casino as an escape. It's like it becomes a safe haven for them. You see? Hello, IMX. Hello, Aracely. Hello, Ari. Hello, Ankit. How are you guys? Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this with anybody you know that is struggling with gambling, that needs inspiration, motivation, or maybe you're interested in what gambling addiction is, okay? Because that's really what this channel is dedicated to, helping people to get through their gambling addiction, okay? So I'm talking about what pain people are running from, because once you know the pain that you're running from that's causing you to use gambling as an escape, you can find alternative ways to address it. Because the reality is, once you gamble and once you have a gambling addiction, once you realize I have a gambling addiction, this is a problem, okay? Then that's when you realize, okay, I cannot do this anymore. When I get angry, upset, and frustrated, I can't go and gamble because this is not going to help me. I have to find another way to escape. I have to find another way to alleviate that pain, that sadness, that depression, that anger, that frustration, okay? So, now what happens is, you realize you got the gambling addiction. You realize every time I get angry, every time I get frustrated, I want to escape. And I'm going to go to the casino. I'm going to go pull out my phone and gamble, right? We got to figure out, how can we get you to stop doing that? How can we get you to stop gambling because you're bored? We got to figure out other ways and other things that you can do. So right here, the first thing I have is depression, okay? Depression, and your depression can be for whatever reason it may be, okay? Depression is a very profound and deep and complex emotion. And people are sad and depressed for many reasons, okay? And so you have to figure out, what is the source of your depression? Is it one of your relationships? Are you having a bad time with your family? Is it somebody you're in a relationship with, a marriage partner, that type of thing, okay? Whoever it may be, maybe you need to talk to this person and figure out, how can we talk this through? How can we resolve this? If that doesn't work, if you know that you can't talk to that person, maybe you can talk and confide into someone else outside of that, and perhaps a therapist. When all goes wrong, perhaps you can talk to a therapist, or you could talk to a stranger. So when you get depressed, your first inclination doesn't need to be, let me go gamble. No, it's talk to somebody. Let me get this frustration out. Let me get this off my chest. And if you don't have anybody to talk to, if you don't trust anybody, guess what? There's options. You've got Reddit. Now, this is about to be unconventional, what I'm going to tell you guys. I shouldn't even tell you this. But I'm going to tell you what I've been doing. Okay. There's certain stuff that I've been dealing with in my own personal life that I don't even feel comfortable telling a psychologist or a therapist. You know what I've been doing? The questions that I have, I put them into Chat GPT and see what Chat GPT has to say about it. Now, I know Chat GPT is not a person, but maybe Chat GPT can search around and gather up articles or blogs that might pertain to what it is that I'm asking about. And it can come up with something that can help me to feel like, you know what, that helps me to have some clarity about this situation. Okay. Because at the end of the day, you just want clarity. You want to find peace within your mind. So if you have an issue with somebody like me, I have an issue with a certain person that, in my family. And I'm like, what? First of all, I want to understand this situation better. And I want to understand where this person is coming from. I want to understand, why is it that every time I talk to this person, I'm angry? What do I need to do? Sometimes it'll say you need to keep your distance from certain people. So it's all about alleviating the cause of the depression, first of all, so that you don't get into depressed mode to where you're trying to run from the depression and to where you at the casino. You see what I'm saying? We're trying to prevent you from even being depressed. That's the key. We're trying to prevent you from being lonely. We're trying to prevent you from being sadness. We're trying to prevent you from being anger or finding ways to alleviate those emotions, because we know that depression, disappointment, loneliness, sadness, anger, frustration, arguments, boredom, having no hobbies, you know, all of these things lead to you being like, let me go to the casino and I can feel better. Or let me get on my phone so I can clear my head and play this gambling app. Not going to help you. It's not going to help you. It's a temporary fix that can absolutely lead to financial disaster. And you don't need that. Not in 2025. You do not need anything that's going to take more money out of your pockets. So that's why right now I'm being called to really, really go hard on my channel, because I'm like, I know people are still taking money they know they have no business taking to the casino. They know they are spending money they have no business spending. I have seen countless articles on Reddit, people ready to end their lives. They're tired. And all of this can be prevented. Okay, here on this channel, I'm creating a safe space for everybody to come and listen. And I've been really thinking about having some Zoom classes where we can hold like a support group, maybe like a wake up Zoom and a night Zoom where we can set goals, because all you need is inspiration. You need somebody to talk and speak some life into you. See, right now, I don't know who on here is suffering from gambling addiction, but guess what? You're on here watching me, talking to me. You're not gambling. That's good. That's amazing. What's up, Joshua? What's up, Noman? When I gamble to relax, I win. Well, that's good, but we're not talking about this here. This is for people that are suffering from gambling addiction. Michaela, I don't know if you're suffering, Michaela. If you're not suffering from a gambling addiction, this might not be the place for you. I don't want to deter. If gambling is something that works for you, if you're good and nothing, it's not affecting your life, then this is probably not the best place for you. I have a self-pleasuring addiction while gambling. Huh? Explain that, Joshua. I mean, I know it makes you feel good, and sometimes people can win when they relax. But the reality is, I'm speaking about people that are literally stressed out from life. They've got issues, and that is driving them to gamble. And the reality is, when you have a gambling addiction, you don't know when to quit. You don't know when to stop. This conversation is for people that are actually struggling with gambling addiction. This is not for people that everything's good. I'm just want to let you guys know that, you know, Let's see. Michaela says, but if I go with the intention to win, I gamble when I'm bored, but I've lost a lot of money, which I regret. Ooh, 10K in one night. Yeah, well, see, the thing is, gambling, it turns into an addiction. Gambling's supposed to be entertainment and fun, but when you mix bad emotions and gambling, and you're trying to get away from everything, it can quickly turn into an addiction. And next thing you, no matter how much money you have, you can end up broke. Yeah, you gotta have hobbies. It's so important to have hobbies. And I'm gonna tell you guys, when I first stopped gambling, life was so boring. I thought I was gonna go crazy. Life was so boring. I was like, what am I going to do? So I'm gonna talk about that because it is going to be the most boring thing in the world. You're like, I don't know what to do. What did I do before I gambled? And so I started, I'm trying to think of what I started doing. I started playing video games. I will say video games helped because video games has a similar effect of dopamine. I started spending time in nature. Okay. I started spending time near the water. I started walking in the woods. That helped a lot, being in natural environments and natural settings, because it gets no realer than that. You know, you're standing there by the crashing waves. It's something about crashing waves that I think has an effect on you that can be very therapeutic. Because there you got that kind of anxiety, like, oh man, it's still some sort of excitement happening. You're standing on the waves. Sometimes I would go so close to the water where I was right there and the waves would crash up on me and I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna fall in. And that feeling creates that dopamine effect. So really what you're trying to do is when you stop gambling, you're looking for an alternative to recreate that dopamine effect. So really you want to try to recreate the feeling that you're getting from the gambling, except you're not doing the gambling. That's the thing. So if you can find something that is going to give you that same feeling or kind of close to it, you're winning. And honestly, the only thing that I could truly think of right offhand that can recreate that same dopamine feeling is playing video games or playing some sort of competitive sport or something like that. VR, you quit gambling today? Congratulations, man. Congratulations. Khan says, I'm from India. It's 12 a.m. right now. I am curious to know your country. No, man, I am in the United States. And it is 3:29 right here where I'm at. Okay? Make sure you guys subscribe if you're watching this for yourself. If you know somebody that has a gambling addiction, share this video with them. This is a full-fledged support group for gambling recovery. All things gambling recovery, all things gambling addiction, you know, all things supporting you on your journey while you're trying to get rid of this nasty, nasty habit. So, I mean, I've committed my life to this because I made it, guys. I made it. I'm making it. 5 years strong. I'm going on 6 years now. Free from gambling. You're not talking to a fake. You're not talking to a fraud. I really am living this life. And it's so free. The life that you're going to have for yourself when you get on the other side of gambling, you're not going to even understand how you were even able to do it. You're like, how did I do that to myself? Like, I look back and I'm like, how could I have just sat there and just did that to myself? It's because I was under a powerful drug called dopamine. And I was hooked on it. And I didn't realize that the gambling had me wrapped up in that. I was chasing dopamine, because that's really what you're doing. You are chasing dopamine. It really doesn't have anything to do with the gambling. The gambling is just the actual, it's the container that you put it in, right? And you drink the dopamine. You getting that dopamine. You could get a dopamine hit from anything. You could get a dopamine hit from playing video games. You could get a dopamine from intimacy, you know, falling in love. That's why people be so strung out on falling in love. Chota, time out. Time out. I'm removing that too. Okay. Wilbert says these slot machines got me in a chokehold. I know, man. I know. Trust me, I know. And you know what's crazy? When I used to gamble and I would take a break from playing the cards or the dice, I would sit up and play the slots, and I don't even like slots, and I would play it and get hooked. How crazy is that? Don't even like slots. Don't play slots, but I sit up and play the slots and get hooked. Make sure y'all like this video too, so we can get more people in here, okay? NBA says, I'm only 19 and I'm already addicted. And you've been done for 2 weeks. Congratulations, NBA, man. Keep it up. Keep it up. I'm going to try to go live every day, guys. I was on my other channel and I said, you know what? These people need me. This is where I need to be. I need to stop running from y'all. I need to stop running for this. This has been I feel like I'm an expert at this point. I mean, once I get to 10 years, I'm going to really be an expert. But I feel like I am an expert on gambling addiction recovery because I'm doing it. And when I think about it, I'm like, I cannot believe I did it. I'm proof that you can do it. Wherever you are in your gambling recovery, you can do it. Like, you really can. You have to want it so badly. Not playing gambling again because addiction is so bad. It's so bad for your family. Your family begins to not like you. Your family talk about you behind your back like a dirty dog. Michaela says YouTube videos from NG slots. What is that? Oh, my car's going off. Turn on ignition. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. YouTube videos from NG slots, Lady Luck, and D Lucky Experience make you want to bet like they do. I know, man. The worst thing you can do, y'all. The worst thing that you can do. This person scared me sitting next to me. I'm sorry, y'all in a parking lot. But the worst thing you can do is watch somebody with big money gamble. Okay? It doesn't matter if you have a gambling addiction or not. If you are sitting there watching somebody putting all this money in and then they winning all this money, because it takes money to make money when you gamble. And it's no guarantee you're gonna make it. It makes you wanna bet more money. I've done it before. I've seen somebody playing really, really big, and next thing you know, I'm betting really, really big. And I'm losing. And then it's like horrible. It's a tailspin. It's a spiraling down effect. Michaela says she sold so many things from, oh my goodness. Okay. I know. Wow. Wow. Michaela, where are you from? You went to Loan Sharks? Oh, I'm glad you got out of it. I'm glad you were able to get some of the money back, Michaela. James says it's called romanticizing. Yeah, it's like it's terrible. It's like being in a really, really bad relationship and you don't realize you're in it and you're getting taken advantage of in a relationship and you just keep running back to it. Okay, Michaela's from Nambia. Okay. VR says actually loss occur when you try to recover your loss. Yes, that's the worst thing in the world. How many people have borrowed money because you took some bill money that you were supposed to you're supposed to pay a bill and you're like, let me flip this money, and then you lose that money, and then you got to go borrow money from somebody to go gamble to try to get the money that you had for the bill, and then you lose that money. Now you lost twice. And now you got to go figure out, now you got to go find a payday loan or work some overtime or sell some stuff like Michaela said. We're not talking about politics in here, hustler. Sorry. This is not the place for that at all. We are talking about strictly trying to get through this gambling mess. But I appreciate your commentary. What else we got here? Anybody else on day one of recovering from gambling? I got to get this out of here because this is distracting me. I don't want to talk about politics in here. This is not the place, guys. Anybody else on day one? Bye. Good night. Good night, VR. Make sure you subscribe, okay? James. I use the last bet placed as my tool. Last bet placed 18 months ago. I'm loving gambling. Wait, addict recovery, but I always know I'm a gambling addict. You got to always know you're a gambling addict, because as long as you know you're a gambling addict, that'll keep you humble and keep you basically saying, I can't play. Like, I will not go into a casino. I will not go into a casino, because you know what's crazy? The idea has been popping up in my head lately, and I'm like, I don't care how many years it's been. I can't put myself in that position. I can't. I will not. Rhonda says, I'm so over it. Rhonda says she always on day one. Oh, Lord. Rhonda say, just like drinking or drugs. Oh, man. You know what? You got to get tired of being sick and tired of yourself. You got to almost get to the point where you just can't stand yourself. Like, you're going to go through these trends. You got to really not like yourself. You almost got to hate the person that you have become because of the gambling. And you got to hate the things that you do. You got to hate the way you treat your family, the way you do your family, whoever you do, not giving them the time that they need, your children. You got to hate it. You got to almost hate the person that you have become. And when you hate it so much and you say, I'm tired of this. I hate this. I hate the way my life is going. I hate the things that I'm doing. I can't stand the direction that my life is going. You got to almost despise it and get real busted and disgusted. And at that point, when you get so irritated and disgusted with yourself, cuss yourself out, you're going to get tired of it. You got to get real good and tired of it. Start looking at your life. Look at what you don't have. Look at how bummed out your life is in comparison to other people. Other people living this wonderful life. You know what I used to hate to see? When I didn't lost every dime, seeing people having money to pay for things, and I'm sitting up here looking at them like I'm mad. It's like, I'm mad at them. Need to be mad at myself for being dumb. I said, I got a problem. I'm sitting up here hating on them because of the position I put myself in. I'm the problem. And I said, there's a problem here. These people ain't did nothing to me. It's so sick and twisted how you can be in the midst of a situation that you created for yourself and somebody doing better than you, and you mad at them. That's how I knew I had a problem. I said, this has got to stop. I created this mayhem. I created this destruction. This is all my fault. At some point, we got to start taking accountability for, ourselves. Now, I will say, it might not be your fault that you were depressed. It might not be your fault that you had childhood trauma that you're trying to run from. Those things are not your fault. But take accountability that it was your fault that you went in that casino and kept playing and kept pulling that money out of that ATM. At least admit that part. Now, everything else, because I know the reason why a lot of people go gamble is because they're trying to deal with depression. They're trying to deal with bad relationships. They might be in an abusive relationship. They might have had a horrible childhood. And everything in their life is just, they trying to run from it. Okay, that's not your fault. Those things are not your fault at all. But what you're doing to yourself with this gambling mess is, okay, at least we got to take accountability for that. But abstinence from gambling promotes recovery. Yes, James. The more that you abstain from gambling, the stronger that you get. But when you have a gambling addiction, the more that you keep gambling, the worse it's gonna get. You're gonna the desire and the draw and the magnetism towards gambling is gonna heighten. You're gonna want to, the more you play, you want to play even more. The more you go, the more you're gonna want to go. That's just how it goes. And the opposite is true. The less that you are there, the less time that you spend gambling and doing other things, the less that you would desire. Alfred says, I just enjoy the casino. I know. I know. Me too. It's a wonderful, amazing, fun environment. Okay? I'm not gonna lie. It's designed that way. But you gotta realize you can't handle it. When you got an addiction, yes, it's wonderful, but you can't handle it. Once you have that addiction and you get on that crazy merry-go-round, it's over. Wilbert says, I'm sick. I told my wife, oh, that if I die before she does, I want my coffin made like a... Wait a minute. Hold up. Hold up, Wilbert. You lost me, man. Wait a minute. You're crazy. Dude. I'm about to fall apart right now. I can't. I'm in stitches right. I can't believe Wilbur said that. Wilbur, really? Wilbur about to take me out, man. You about to take me. I'm about to pass out on this live. That's the funniest thing I've ever heard anybody say in my life about gambling. That boy said he want a coffin slot machine. I mean, a slot machine coffin. I'm done. I got a gambling problem. I can't win. Michaela says, so true. You try to escape. While I was getting the courage to do a breast ultrasound, I was self-diagnosing. Google told me I have cancer. Oh, I was drinking and gambling. Oh, man. Wait a minute. So you don't have cancer, do you? Michaela, you don't have cancer, right? I hope that you misdiagnosed yourself. Jeez. Rhonda says, my boyfriend at the bar now. He wanted me to come have a drink with him. I can't. Alfred says, pay your bills before you go. Yeah, that only works for so long, because sometimes people might lose so much money at the casino, they might start dipping in the money that they had no business touching. So I feel like it's only a matter of time that that's gonna work. Like I was saying earlier, a person can, you can pay your bills and everything like that, but let's say you start playing with the money that you have left over and you lose that, and then you get your paycheck the next time around. And see what happens with gambling addiction. The whole thing of gambling addiction is that you have lost control. So to tell a person that's suffering from gambling addiction to pay your bills first, it might work a few times, but at some point they're going to start taking their bill money and gambling. That's the inevitable thing. At some point you're going to get to that low ball point. Michaela says, nope, I'm healthy. Good. I'm glad to hear that. But my mind made me crazy, and I used the gambling and alcohol as a distraction. I know, that's what it is. It's the biggest, greatest distraction. So she says she did the test, and she doesn't have cancer. Thank goodness, thank God. And now you've calmed down. And see, now you got on a gambling, and see, now you got on that gambling horse, and it's hard to get off. When you're running from something, and you jump on that gambling horse, and you fix whatever was wrong before, now you got the gambling problem. I started going through my trauma and healing myself, but I still had the gambling problem. And so it was it's tough, man. It's really, really tough. James says, Michaela, at least you have identified your triggers. Yes, it's so important to know what triggers. You guys, my main triggers were if I got into a really bad argument with somebody or got really angry with somebody in my family or a friend or something like that, that would trigger me. But mainly anger and depression. Those were my two triggers. And so those are the things that when I stopped gambling, I had to learn how to manage my anger and my depression. And so that's what I have been working on the last 5 years. And I mean, if you guys want, I can share those tools with you. I can try to create, you know, maybe like a I can, I don't know how I would do it, but I could try to come up with something to maybe help you guys. And let me tell you what I started with. This was probably the most profound thing that I did, and it's going to sound very simple. So I started studying sound therapy, right? And I started studying um like subliminal programming. So like, you know how advertisements work? Advertisements use colors, they use certain words, they use certain symbolisms to get you to buy their products, right? And their music, the jingles, the commercial. I use that same technology that's used in advertisement to basically reprogram myself to stop gambling and to also heal depression, to heal my sadness, to heal every issue that I have. That's what I have created for myself. Okay, James, you want me to share that with you guys? Okay, I'm going to figure out the best way that I can share that with you guys. I think the best way to do it is probably to come up with like a video series, and I can offer you guys a sample of it, and if you're really interested in it, I can make it, a very super cheap, under like no more than like 10 bucks or something like that. Or I could create a whole course where I can have all of that available for you, and you like pay like 10 bucks a month or something like that. I could do something like that. Maybe I should just create like a whole course with everything that I did for myself and package it, and you have access to it like basically for the rest of your life. Maybe I could do something like that, and it just be like a membership, and it can help you, and you guys will have access to me through here, and maybe like, maybe I'll figure something out for you guys. I'm going to come up with something, because I've decided that this is my life work. This is what I have to do, because I'm making it. And for me, I feel like God brought me out of this. And so I have to help other people because I made it. Let me see. Itchy to Scratch UK says, hello. Michaela says, it's crazy how you can lose hundreds in just minutes. I know. You can win it in minutes. You can win hundreds in minutes. I used to go in there and win $500 real fast. And that was probably the worst thing that could happen to me. The worst thing that could happen to me. Rhonda says, I think that I could do it in moderation and just enjoy it. This does not work because you think the machine is going to hit. So another $40 and it don't stop. I know, you get caught up. And the free comps. Yep, going to get that free buffet. Yeah, that gets you in there. And then you start hearing people screaming and yelling, and you be feeling good. They got the oxygen pumping and they got the music. Don't let them have some good music going and you feeling good. You like, oh, I'm about to win tonight. That's how it goes. James is like, it's crazy how long it takes to make hundreds. I started to deeply consider that I knew I was in recovery from my gambling addiction. Yeah, it takes so long to make hundreds of dollars, y'all. Like, I work hard every day, and it's like, I know in my mind sometimes I'm like, man, I could go in there and put like 100 down and turn 100 into 500 in like a couple of minutes. But I'm like, nope. I'd rather take a few days to make my 500. I will gladly take a few days to make 500 than, risk. It's just I can't even think like that no more. Like, the thought of that is crazy to me. But the money comes so fast, y'all. It comes so fast. I remember I took $200 to the casino. I didn't even want to, but I had no way. Like, I had basically got my job position, I got eliminated, and I had to start all the way from scratch. I got paid to like learn this particular job, and they were only paying us $5 an hour. And my check was $200 and my rent was $800. I was like, I'm about to get put out my house. What am I gonna do? I didn't know what else to do. I didn't want to ask anybody. I said, I'm gonna take this money, and I turned that money into $2,400, y'all. I took $190 and turned it into $2,400, and I went on this crazy winning streak. I ran that $200 all the way up to $15,000. I couldn't believe it. I paid my rent up, and I gave my mom some money. I bought some stuff, and then I started losing. I lost like $5,000 or $6,000 in one night. I was like, ooh! And then I just kept going back. I kept going back. Like I probably spent about a good, maybe like 3 or 4 thousand, maybe even 5,000 on myself, and I probably spent about 10,000. The rest of the 10,000 I lost, I think. But yeah, it was crazy. Every day I would go, I take 300, I walk out with 4,000. I was taking really small amounts. It was crazy. But it can happen. But the opposite is true too. Just like you can win, just like I was on that winning streak, the opposite is true. While somebody's winning $15,000 on a winning streak, somebody's losing. You see what I'm saying? That's the way it goes. It's like, it's not worth it. I can't even, it's not worth it, man. I would rather take some money and invest it in a business. I would risk trying to start a clothing line, a clothing brand, and advertising, spending money on marketing, standing on the street corner selling my stuff, building a website trying to sell my stuff, than to go spend money in a casino. I can't do it. Slim says the devil's playground. Yes, it is. James says, and keep that 500 for yourself. And there's that. That's what's up. Yep. You know the story of Terrence Wannabe. Who is that? Who is Terrence Wannabe, y'all? Hold on. Hold on 1 second, guys. I gotta make sure. I hope let me see something. I'm supposed to be working. Okay. I had to make sure that my app wasn't on for work. Okay, so let me see. Rhonda says, if I win, I want to keep playing. This is most of it. Yeah, you win, it's over. Especially when you win. You come in and you win at $500. Oh, as soon as you come in, you win $500. That's probably going to be the worst day. I swear. You can't just walk out. There's no walking out when you win as soon as you come in. Let me see here. Step 1. Admitted that we were powerless over gambling and that the gambling makes my life unimaginable. Yes. Gambling, you have to say, admit to yourself. This was the hardest thing to admit to myself. I destroyed my life gambling. Think about that. Have you destroyed your life gambling? Have you destroyed your life gambling? If you can say you have destroyed your life gambling, I want you to let that marinate and let that be the thing that stimulates you to make the change today. You say, you know what, I don't care what I got to do. I don't care how many hours I have to work. I don't care how many jobs I have to, because you can dig yourself out of this. You could get a full-time job and a part-time job and just say, you know what, I'm done. Cut all the credit cards up. Cut all the debit cards up. Have all of your bills set to automatic payment to where as soon as your check hits, the money's getting snatched by all your bills. That's the first thing. Make sure all your important bills are paid no matter what. And sometimes you might need somebody to take over your finances that you trust, and just focus in on making as much money as you possibly can to dig yourself out of this. Become obsessed with making money to dig yourself out of this hole. Okay? Last year I made $117,000. Lost $9K, only take $500 cash, bank card, stay at home. There you go. Sylvester got it under control. And I mean, If you are in a position where you got that discipline, that's where we want to be. But once you get to the point you got an addiction, the likelihood of you ever getting to the point where you can be like Sylvester and make $117,000 and only lose 9K, and you only bring 500 and your bank card stay at home, the likelihood of going from being a degenerate gambler to being an upright, upstanding, person, and being disciplined is very slim. It's like you have the personality where you're going to be a gambler and you're going to be a degenerate, you're going to be addicted. It's very hard to change to be, oh, I'm going to be a disciplined gambler. Very few people can do that because you have a predisposition to gambling addiction. People that suffer from gambling addiction, they are predisposed to it. It's kind of like a person that's born with cancer genes. They're likely going to develop cancer no matter what they do. It's in the genetics. So once a person has a gambling addiction, it's like it's in your genetics. You got to leave that alone, If you're not on that side, of the fence, then you're truly blessed that you are disciplined. But I know the truth. I know that I cannot ever go back into a casino. Like, the real truth is I cannot go into a casino and play anything. Like, I can't even go in there. Now, I did go to a concert. Last year, I went to a Drew Hill concert inside of the casino, and I had an amazing time. We left out of the casino and went home. We ate before we got to the casino, enjoyed the concert in the casino, and I left. That was it. No lingering around, no gambling, no nothing. So you can enjoy all the you can enjoy all the festivities inside of a casino without being on the casino floor. But see, now, you guys, I'm a bit of an old head. I haven't tapped into online casinos, so I know a lot of you are dealing with a different monster. It's not about casinos for real for a lot of people. It's about these apps on these phones. And so, that's something that I'm going to have to explore and do some research on, because I know that's not a lot of people's problems. The actual casino, no. You're at home on your phone. You're at home on the toilet, playing on your phone, gambling. On the phone, taking a dump, losing $10,000 while you're taking that's the craziest thing in the world. Crazy. Sitting up there eating dinner, losing thousands. The world we live in is crazy at this point. They done figured out a way to get your money any way possible. JP laughing? You lost thousands on slots. Sylvester says, I have 4 boys. Look at them, make sure they're good. Absolutely, man. Your children can be your inspiration too. For real, man. If you guys got kids, look at your kids and say, I got to do better by my kids. I got to do better for my kids. Robin says, yes, I destroy my life gambling. The more you tell yourself that, the more you're going to be like, I got to fix this. When you can admit that you screwed your life up, you're going to be like, I got to fix this. I can do this. I am going to fix this. Let me see what else. Slam Dizzy says he brought 200 to Vegas, took a loan for 10K and ran it up to 100 million. Okay. I don't know about that, Dizzy. Did you really? I don't believe that. You would not be on this live with me. Robin says, no, wait. JP says, hey, bless you for being a force of good news and positivity. I could tell you're the cool aunt. I'm not even an aunt, believe it or not. But yeah, I'm a cool person for real. Robin says, I was addicted to drugs and traded gambling for drugs. Now I'm trying to beat gambling. You traded gambling for drugs. Wait a minute. You went from gambling to drugs, or you went from drugs to gambling? Whew. I guess I value my time that it took to earn my money, not to piss it away in a tenth of a time. I hear you, Hot Rod. Unfortunately, the rest of us fools squandered our money and we let it get the best of us. But I'm trying to help talk some sense into everybody, because it ain't, it's getting absolutely crazy. And so right now, I want to speak as much life and positivity as I can. Oh, you went from drugs to gambling. Oh, and you've been sober for 15 years. Okay. Congratulations, man, Robin. Congratulations. Seriously. I'm glad you beat it. I'm glad you beat the drugs. Wow. So now you gotta get rid of the gambling. I feel like gambling is harder than drugs. I think it might be harder. Cause it's money. And you need money for everything. And so that's what keep people in that the hooks. You need the money, and it just you get lost in it. Like, imagine if it was something else. If it was like apple pie or food, let's say you gamble, instead of getting money, you was getting food, it wouldn't be that bad. Cause you'll be like, man, forget that food. I don't want that food. Even though I feel good, forget it. Anybody got any questions? Guess where I'm from, by the way. Uh, are you from Africa, JP? You didn't know that people gamble to escape something? Oh, you from South Africa for real? That's crazy. How did I know? Warped, are you serious? You didn't know that people gamble to escape something? Absolutely. That was the reason I ended up gambling. I was escaping my depression. I didn't want to go home. I said I needed somewhere to go. I got to clear my mind. Gambling is a fantasy world. All the bells and whistles and colors and alcohol. It's the greatest escape ever. Are you kidding me? It's the biggest distraction. It will distract you from you could have went to a funeral. Somebody could have died. It's going to distract you. You escape all emotions. Now that I think about it, I hate my marriage and I find comfort at the casinos. See? It's a lot of people in your situation. They're in horrible marriages, and the way they're able to stay in their marriage is because they got the casino. The wife or husband is on their nerves. They're like, forget it, I'm going to the casino. Hot Rod says, money is valueless. It's just a certificate that states you provided a service, requires compensation. When you realize this, you won't pay. You won't piss away your time. Lost time never comes back. Well, no matter what you say, Hot Rod, we still gotta have money for gas. It might be valueless, but you still need it to be able to get things done. We can't deny that. I don't know, JP. I get a lot of people from Africa on my lives. That was a random guess, to be honest. I don't even know what did I say, Warped. I don't even know what I said. I'm saying so much stuff, but I'm glad you were able to find value in what I said. Yeah, like, you know what? Gambling can actually keep you in relationships that you probably don't have any business in. The same thing like drugs. Like, people will smoke marijuana or drink to be able to deal with their, person they're in a relationship with. Or pop pills. They be stressed out and they don't want to deal with it. And so they just escape. Some people escape through drugs. Some people escape through alcohol. Some people escape through video games. Some people escape through all kinds of stuff. No problem, guys. I feel like I'm just so thankful that I escaped it. and I'm able to stay away. And I want to help everybody else that was in my situation, or that's in the situation that I was in. Because you guys know what? I didn't have anybody like this. I didn't have what you guys have. I didn't have access to somebody like this. This didn't exist. Like, when I was in the thick of my gambling addiction, there was no YouTube videos of people talking about gambling. When my gambling addiction started, I think YouTube had just been out for 2 years. And it was nothing like this. People would post videos, but it was mainly music, you know? So I had to thug it out. I had to literally just figure it out on my own. I don't know how I did it, but actually I take that back. When I decided to quit, there was YouTube, but it wasn't like nothing like this. I was watching videos of there's this one guy. You can research this video, but his name is like, it's called Roulette Man. Just look up a guy called Homeless Man in Vegas Loses Everything. And this guy, in the like early 2000s, he was recording himself going to the casino, losing. He was driving around in a van with no AC. He was using a spray bottle as air conditioning, and he would lose everything. And he would start looking for pennies and change in his car to try to go cash in to get a couple of dollars to put into the slot machine to try to run it up. Like crazy stuff. So I was watching videos like that. Sometimes I was watching videos about people being addicted to drugs too, because addiction is addiction. So I was trying to watch anything that could like show me that these people are in a way worse position than you were in, you know, than I was in. So when I seen people addicted to drugs and how they mess their life up with alcohol and all of this kind of stuff, and they're homeless, it just showed me this could be you. Because it doesn't matter what the addiction is. Addiction is addiction. It all leads to like the same road. Well, I can't say it all leads to the same road, because drugs can lead you to the hospital when you're done. But I think gambling ultimately could lead you to drugs eventually, because you're like, my life sucks, so I might as well just do drugs. And then you end up the same situation. Hot Rod says, next time you want to throw away your money, give it to me. I'll give it back to you when you need it most. Gambling is entertainment, not a form of income. Absolutely. It's addicting because of the lie. Absolutely. The lie, you tell yourself these lies that you're going to win. You're going to win the big one, you know. Robin says, I saw that he had a business in the end. He was homeless. Yes, he ended up being homeless. I don't know if he's homeless now. I think he actually he lives somewhere now, but he was homeless for a long time, guys. Wilbur says, I was going to go to the casino tomorrow, but listening to you today, I'm going to cancel. Yes, Wilbur. We've saved the soul from going to the casino. Yes, man. I'm telling you, you know, man, go fishing. Go fishing. Go buy yourself some good food. Like, go buy yourself some really, really good food. Get you a big old juicy steak, some lobster, some crab legs, and cook it, or have somebody, or go to a fancy restaurant. You know what I used to do, guys? Instead of going to the casino, I'm like, I'm about to go cash out on a real nice meal somewhere. That's how I treat myself now. And I feel good. To me, having a good meal is my replacement for going to gamble. I still got money in my pocket. It's not like spending $100 on a meal knowing that you got a pocket full of money. That's the best feeling in the world. Yeah, okay. So, guys, let me see. Manish says, I'm from India. My family is suffering because of my gambling addiction. You're in the right place, Manish. This is nothing but, this is all support and love and just uplifting and encouragement as you guys are on your journey. Anybody have any questions? Like I said, I've been 5 years clean from gambling. And right now I'm still in the rebuilding stages of my life. I've been able to make a lot of advancements in my life, and I just keep pushing forward. It's not easy, but I just keep pushing forward. Manish needs to read what he wrote. So guys, I've been on here for about an hour. How did I do it? Well, I had a fear in my mind that if I went to the casino, I was going to get sick because there were germs. Because I actually stopped I stopped in the end of 2019. 2019, I can't remember if it was November or December. I just didn't go back because they were shutting down all the casinos where I was from because of the virus, you know. And once the casinos opened back up, I said, I'm not going back because I don't want to get sick. I don't want to be touching everything everybody's touching. And I literally just convinced myself that if I went to the casino, I would get sick. And I will say that I started messing around with crypto, and that's a form of gambling to me. So basically, I guess I kind of relapsed and started messing with crypto, but I got tired of not having money. I got tired of my life. I kept looking at my life and saying how dissatisfied I was with my life. Remember I talked about earlier, you have to get disgusted with yourself. You have to start hating the life that you're living, the hellish life that you've created yourself. You have to constantly remind yourself, look at how bad your life sucks. Look at what you're doing. Look at how you can't afford this. You can't even afford a trip to wherever. You know what I'm saying? You can't even get $5,000 and go on a trip for 5 or 7 days and pay for the hotel. You can't even do that. You know, you can't buy yourself a $200,000 house. You can't even afford that because you got a gambling problem. You cannot live the life. You're not living your best life. Why aren't you living your best life, huh? Are you living your best life? If you can say you're living your best life, then you're doing good. But if you are not living your best life, that's how you do it. If you are not living your best life, it's time to stop. Every time you think about gambling, ask yourself, am I living my best life? Guess why you're not living your best life? Because you're a gambler? Because you have a gambling addiction? Until you realize that you need to stop gambling, start saving your money, start investing your money into a business. Instead of gambling, gamble on yourself. Stop putting the money in a machine. Put the money into a business. Invest the money into something. Invest the money into somebody else's business that's flourishing. You know? Invest in Walmart. Invest in all these other businesses that are constantly making money every single day. Start a Discord. Start inviting people and set up live streams. I'm going to screenshot this, Rhonda. I'm going to set up a Discord. I'm going to do that. I'm definitely going to take your advice. I'm going to do that tonight. For sure. Anyone who is curious, listen to Mickey Mays. He will tell you why you shouldn't gamble. Whoever you want to listen to, it doesn't matter as long as you get the message, man. As long as you get the message. But we're not about to promote somebody else on here, so we're gonna get out of here. But you guys can go listen to that person if you want to. All casinos are rigged. Roulette game on online casinos are rigged. You know what? This is the part that's crazy to me about online. Oh, I thought you was promoting, man. I don't know. I appreciate your contribution, though. You said the person... Who is Mickey Mays, by the way? Who is that? Now you got me curious. I'm curious now. Who is he? How do you spell his name? And maybe he can keep me on my journey. This is the thing about online gambling, guys. If you know that in-person gambling is rigged, in person, when you go on the slot machines, what makes you think that on your phone isn't rigged? You gotta know you automatically are gonna lose if you gamble on your phone. That's my thinking. There's no way in the world I am gonna gamble on an app. I can't even talk to these people. I can't touch them. I don't even know what's going on. To me, online gambling is the craziest thing in the world. Oh, a pro gambler who knows ways. Casinos. Oh, okay. Let me look his up. Let me look him up. Is it Nikki? Oh, it's Mickey. Mickey Mace. Oh, I think I've seen videos by him. I'm gonna check him out. I've seen him before. Rhonda says, I won 72,000 off a Lucky Land slots. Paid everything off. Guess what? Back where I started. Oh man, I know. That's how it goes, guys. That's how the cookie crumbles. I'm gonna definitely look into Mickey Maze for sure. So yeah, Rhonda, I'm gonna start a Discord. I'm gonna try my hardest to go live every day, guys. And I'm gonna work on creating a sort of like package where you've got the programming where you wake up and you listen to some motivation and then go to sleep and listen to motivation. Every single night, I listen to something to program my mind. It's like I'm literally writing the script for my life. Okay? I know my issues and problems. I've written them down so many times. And I take those issues and problems and I create solutions for them. And the solutions, I put the solutions in the form of an affirmation with music and sound therapy, and I program myself every night. I've been doing that for the last, it's almost been 2 years now. And when I tell you guys, my life has been transforming in ways that I could not even imagine. It's like the levels that I have grown over the 5 years has been a major game changer for me, because not only do you stop gambling, you start to heal those parts of yourself that cause you to gamble in the first place, because you have to start addressing those things. So it's really a full scope healing journey that you go on when you start to recover from gambling. You have to become a new person. You can't be the same person that you are and think the same thoughts that you've been thinking as a gambler. You can no longer think like a gambler if you're gonna quit. It's not gonna happen. If you still think like a gambler, if you still think you can go into the casino and everything's gonna be okay, then you might as well not even stop. You might as well keep doing what you're doing. Appreciate that, hot rod. I had to become a different person. And you guys have to become a different person. I can give you the tools that can help you to become a different person. I can't make you become a different person, but I can provide you with the tools. I can provide you with the instructions, and I can push you to do it. And so those are the things that I can do. So let me write down these things that I'm going to do. You guys have some great ideas, and I'm going to create a Discord. And I'm trying to figure out how this membership thing is going to be. I'm going to create a membership, a little monthly membership for a very, like how much, what do you think you guys can afford for a membership per month? Like if I was able to like come up with a bunch of videos of inspiration and sound therapy files for you guys, like how much do you feel like you can afford for something like that? Like, what do you think is a good price for membership for like just a collection of videos for inspiration and to reprogram your mind? You know, you guys tell me what you think. You don't have to tell me today, but I don't I want to be I want it to be something that you invest. I want it to be like you're investing in yourself, and you're investing in yourself every month. I'm thinking like the amount that I'm coming up with is 19 bucks a month for something like that. Or I could do something where you pay a flat rate, maybe like 40 bucks and you have it forever. I don't know. I'll figure out something. I'll figure out the best thing. I'm trying to think of what would have helped me. I'm trying to think about how I would have. I think I might just do it where you pay like $25 one time and you just have access forever. And if you want to do like a one-on-one consultation, then you can schedule something like that. I might do something like that. Let me write that down. Because I feel like when you invest in yourself, I feel like you're gonna do it. If you pay for something, you're gonna look at it, you know. So I'll figure it out. But I'm gonna keep doing these lives. We're gonna keep having these discussions. I'm gonna start a Discord. I'm gonna try to get together some sort of monthly membership package where you guys have access to everything that I used to change myself, you know, to change my mind. And this is the beginning of a new day for you guys. $5. I think you need a lower monthly fee. The more people you get, the more. So you think $5 is what about? So you think $5 to $10 a month? Is $10 nine? How about $9 a month? I think $9 is a good one. $9 a month, and you get access to all these videos. I'm gonna think about maybe 7. I'm not trying to make money. I don't want to. It's not about money. I just want it to be something that the only reason I'm putting a dollar amount so that you commit to it. It's not. I don't care about the money. I think I'm gonna do $9 a month, guys. Do you think $9 a month for a membership is fair? All right, so I'm gonna do $9 a month. Or what about 11? No, 9. I'm sticking with 9. I like 11, but 9 is the number. So membership's gonna be $9. I think that's fair. That's just enough for you to, you know, I'm gonna create some worksheets and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what I'll do. So I'll create that. Okay, cool. Cool. Sounds good. Was 9 my betting number? Uh, Not really. I can't really say. I just like the number 9. I don't know. I like odd numbers for some reason. I'm an oddball. I just got out of the hospital because I have pancreatitis, a long-term drinking addiction. Oh, today is a new day and the start of my life. Good for you. Good for you, Chris. Good for you. I'm happy for you. Oh yeah, Hot Rod says 9, 11, 19. I know every number I was throwing out was odd. That's hilarious. Yep. So yeah, I'm going to work on creating a membership for you guys so you can have access to videos and audio files, okay? Oh yeah, 29. Yep. Okay, guys, I got to get to work. It's been a blast talking to you guys. I'm going to try to think of another video topic to talk about tomorrow. Hopefully the same time between 3 and 4. You get the Discord and have open chats with everyone. I also think you can open it to all. Yes, it's for all addictions. Absolutely. All addictions for sure. Because I have struggled with more than just gambling addiction, guys. But gambling was the hardest one to stop. God bless you too. Thank you. Thank you, Wilbur. I'm glad you were able to get a different mindset, Wilbur. It's all about changing your mindset. Once you get into the mindset change, it'll change how you feel. You feel motivated. You like, I could do this. I can beat this. And next thing you start doing the things to beat it. You collect money from us, then do a lucky draw. What? Oh, wait. Yeah, you collect money from us and then do a lucky draw, give it back. Maybe I could do some drawings, perhaps. I could do some giveaways. I don't mind doing giveaways. $9 a month is not unreasonable. I think maybe. So different tiers, so I can have different tiers and that allow for different access. That sounds good. Maybe $9 can be the cheapest one. And then like the different tiers would allow for you to have access to me because my time is valuable and I work a lot. So I think that'll probably be a smart thing. I like that idea, Rhonda. Oh, merch. Okay, you know what's crazy, Rhonda? I have been sleeping. I have an Etsy store and I got websites and I've been trying to, I got so much going on. But I trust me, I'm definitely working on some sober merch, some gambling free merch, some positive motivation merch for sure. Absolutely. Hello, Ice Spoon. I appreciate your follow. Rhonda, you got some great ideas, man. Seriously. You need to inbox me on Instagram at new_era_freedom. I almost forgot the name of my channel, y'all. I'll help you all I can. You need a couple of moderators to help with the room. You want to be a moderator? I'll sign you up. Let's see here. I'm going to add you. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll have you as a moderator. Anybody else want to be a moderator? Speak up. I'm excited, guys. You got me amped up now. I haven't been posting like I should, but now y'all got me really wanting to really commit to this for real, for real. Like, I'm really glad I got on here today. I woke up this morning. 5 years. I've been clean 5 years. If I could do it, anybody can do it. Because, y'all, I was messed up. I was so messed up. I was the worst, y'all. I really was. I was the absolute worst that there is. That's how I feel. But I'm so happy that I made it out of it. It just don't even seem real. When I think about it, it doesn't seem real sometimes. It doesn't seem like I made it, like I really did this. But to know, I feel like to know I got people counting on me, it makes me want to go so hard. It really makes me, this makes me feel good that you guys are listening to me because it makes me want to just pour into you. And it makes me want to just do everything that I possibly can to help you, whatever I need to do. Let's start a small Discord and get a plan. I agree, Rhonda. I agree. I'm with it. I'm 100% with it. Do you have Instagram? I'm going to try to start the Discord tonight. Man, you got me so pumped, Rhonda. Man, you got me so pumped. I'm so excited. I wish I could just do this. Like, I would literally, like, if I could just do this for the rest of my life, I would literally do this. Like, if I had, like, if I had a set salary, I would do this for the rest of my life. I promise you. Because I feel like this is it for me. Let me start. Y'all got me. So y'all want me to start the Discord now? I'm about to start the Discord now. Forget it, man. Rhonda's got me so pumped. I'm not even going to wait. Forget it. I'm about to start it now. Screw it. I'm starting it right now, y'all. I'm about to get on the Discord. Y'all, Rhonda's got me pumped up so hard. I got you guys right now. Why wait? Let me see. Discord. Do I have the app on here? Snoop Dogg. I'm excited. These gamblers are making tons of money online. I ain't making no money off of no gambling though. But I hear you. What it is, they got all these famous people promoting it. They got people like Drake, Aiden Ross, and that's getting all the young kids involved, and these kids have no idea what they're dragging themselves into. They're dragging themselves into their own demise, and they don't even have a fighting chance. That's the sad part. It makes me disgusted that all of these kids are getting hooked on gambling at such a young age. Like, I had to go look for gambling. Now gambling is looking for these people. It's on advertisements on oh yeah, Snoop is promoting gambling. I'm trying to get this Discord, guys. All right, guys, I'm having some issues. I'm going to get off, guys, and when I get on tomorrow, I'm going to put up, like I said, I'll be on by 3 or 4 p.m., and I'm going to have the Discord all ready for you guys to join, okay? So I'll see you guys. Thank you so much, Rhonda. You've been great. Everybody else, thank you, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace and love.